So this is my favorite story, dude. This shit is just beautiful to me. So basically, an Instagram model, Future contacted Future the rapper, contacted an Instagram model, and basically they started talking for whatever, which obviously most women they probably get a DM from a famous rapper are gonna have a conversation with him. So he tells her to fly out to see him, and he tells her pay for the ticket, and he's gonna reimburse her when he sees her, right? So of course she books the ticket. He sets up a room for her. He tells her he's on his way. He's got some things he's gonna finish up. He tells her get sexy. All right. So you know what that means. Be ready to get it cracking. She says I'm not on that kind of time. All right. So he responds, understood. Have a good time while you're here. It never sees her. Like that was the end of it.
Right.
And then she basically was like she posted the story to show that she wasn't the typical Instagram hoe. Um, but my thing is, who cares? You paid $550 for a flight you never go see again for nothing. And
Right.
then I had to laugh because even my wife was like, "If you flying across the country to see somebody and you think you're not giving up the draws, you're stupid."
Right. Why the fuck do you think Future? Do you think Future just saw the greatness in you? Like, what the fuck? Hey, you.
Well, go ahead.
I was just like, this bitch is dense and living in La La Land. If she thinks that fucking Future brought her over there so he could get you in the studio, I mean, there's nothing in here about her singing.
Well, she did say to her defense, I guess. I'm not really trying to defend this chick, but she did say that she had gone to the studio with him 3 or 4 times previously.
Okay.
So if see, my thing is I can kind of understand slightly if they had actually hung out together and nothing had ever happened. I could maybe see why she might think that they just cool, but like if you think he's gonna pay for the room and your flight and all of that for nothing, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Like your company isn't that cool. Like you got to realize that on some level you're not that cool of a chick. You know what I
Right. If
mean?
you just try to invite me over there, I'm like, okay, what can I help him with? And if you're an
Right, right.
Instagram model, what do you think? I mean, he raps about it in his fucking songs. What do you think he's?
So here's what I love the most about this whole story. He conned her into buying her own ticket. Like Future is a multi-millionaire. And he made this chick. That blew my mind when I read that. I'm like, you really let this millionaire make you buy a ticket?
Right.
Really?
That was like when the Illuminati was telling me to give him money. It's like, why don't you motherfuckers buy it?
She's the dummy sending money. Like,
Right. Oh my
really?
god. Yeah, I just don't. First off, like he's probably done this all the time. This is just the first girl that wrote an article about it.
Well, no. The other chicks let him smash.
Oh yeah, that or let him smash. I'm sure there's more than a few that don't that aren't down. I'm sure he was able to walk away easily. You know what I mean?
So what do you think she thought that she was gonna get by posting this? Like, I can't figure out the logic in her posting it.
I they always want to. A lot of these Instagram models, like you said, they're all in this wave, right? Where they're like you said, I'm not the one that's like that and all that stuff. I'm like, you're an Instagram model. To what degree? I've starting to rap, more professionally now and having stuff out. I've dealt with a couple models, and my boy Fahad, we were just talking about him before we were recording. The photo guy, Kush America, he deals with a lot of models, and Fahad is not a guy that talks badly about women or anything in any sort of way, and he'll tell you, they all got complexes. I think there's usually something up. If you're a girl that's a model, you know what I mean. There's a lot that comes with that. You're literally all your value comes from looking pretty, and these guys wanting to get with you. That's why you're in the video. You know what I mean, and doing all this other shit. So I just see, like, I don't know, not linking up of values. I'm not saying it's not in your values to not be fucking Future. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you don't realize that's what most men are after with you, and you act all surprised, I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
It blows my mind. Like, I've seen on Instagram certain web pages, right? Or not, I shouldn't say web pages, certain people's pages where they post all these thirst traps, right?
Right.
And then when the guy responds to the thirst trap, they expose him. So like
Right.
let's say like okay, it's a married dude or something, or a dude with a girlfriend, whatever, and he says something, oh, you're beautiful, whatever, whatever, whatever. They posting that shit. And like I that's probably like that's kind of vile to me. I'm not saying like the guy is wrong. I'm not. That's not even the question, and that's not even like the point of this argument. But why would you feel the need to do that to somebody,
Bro.
and then you expose it to like they family or like they like
Bro,
that's
have you seen?
horrible, man.
I know
That's
you know
horrible.
who Mia Khalifa is.
Yes, I do.
Did you see?
How fast did I say that? I'm like, yes.
I know who Mia Khalifa is. We all know who Mia Khalifa is. If you don't, you're under a rock or you're lying. Anyways, have you seen that? I guess this was a while ago. I don't remember who. Some
Great,
top quarterback.
great.
Yeah. She some quarterback. I don't remember from what university, but a top level NCAA quarterback had like DM'd her on Twitter or Instagram and been like, what's up, trying to like get get something going, and she posted it everywhere. And she was like, "Oh my, I'm not like that, even though I do porn." And it's like everybody. I remember my friend was like, "That's fucking," kind of saying the same thing you are. That's embarrassing. I'm like, I think they just handled it all wrong. I'm like, you literally. I would have just been like, I'm sorry, I was out of pocket. You suck dick for money, so I figured, like on camera, like I'd have just said some shit like that. Maybe I don't see where my logic was flawed here, but shit.
You're like maybe I got things confused, but I've seen you taking penis for money, so
Right.
if I assume I'm off base here, that is hilarious. Yeah, no, you're well. Drake was the other guy who did that. Drake hit her up and she posted it. And yeah, I mean, it's a really shitty thing to do. I mean, what are you gaining out of like with this girl? What are you gaining out of showing everybody you're not that bright? Like,
Maybe some followers, but I don't know if that really builds your legacy. You know what I mean? Like,
well, man, who's concerned with legacy these days?
no one.
Like.
Some internet clout. That's all. That's all I care about.
So what's your take on Instagram models? Have you? I know you said now that the rap is picking up, like you're dealing with more and more, but like obviously we all have looked at thirst traps to flip through. Like when you see a chick who uses her ass to get attention or uses her look to get attention, what is your thought when you see that?
It's nothing new, and I would also say this comes with the territory. You know what you're doing, and if you think that you're gonna be, here's what God give you. These are the strengths you have. Maybe I'm not saying if you're pretty you can't be smart, but maybe you're not the best at other things, and you got to do what you got to do. That's the world. I can't hate someone for doing something like that, but this looks like the game that you decided to play. And if that's gonna be your move, is that you're gonna repost it? I mean, that's your move. But I just see it that way. I don't feel any sort of like, oh, they're damn. This is the game you decided to play. No one made you. You know what I mean?
Do you support it?
Support girls being Instagram models. I whether I don't. I think that's a strange way to put it. To be like, I would say it's gonna happen whether I support it or not. I would say there's gonna be models whether there's Instagram or not. I would say that.
That's not answering the damn question.
But no, I'm getting that. No, because I mean, I don't think I could say I support it or don't. I would say this.
I think of support as do you like the pictures?
Oh yeah, sure. Of course, that's what you meant. I thought you meant like should girls be doing this or something like that. That's what I thought you meant.
Oh no, I just meant like in general. I mean, support to me is if you like something, you support it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get your money. I don't know. I would say this too about Instagram modeling. It's probably been, in a sense, it's a very democratic way for girls to become models. You know what I mean? You just if you're a girl and you want to be a model, the number one thing I do is like start taking some bad pictures and put them on Instagram. Just start there.
Would you date an Instagram model?
Ooh. If I was not in a relationship, Oh
I'll
yeah,
be
you know what? I would date I would date an Instagram model. I don't know how seriously I take it. It would depend on the girl. You know what I mean? I'd probably do it just
or
to
would you be
flex.
dating so you could get it on some of them follows?
Exactly. I'd be doing it just to flex. To be honest. Hell yeah.
All right. One more question: stripper or IG model?
IG model.
Yeah.
Easy. Stripper man, like I remember the guy that did the dramatic video, Tony Curie, he was telling me about how to pick girls for the video, and he had the hookup. You know, he was showing me all the models that he works with and everything like that. We found a good one. Um, shout out Sierra Green.
She was good, by the way. She
Yeah,
was
she
good.
was good. Yeah, she was good.
She looked legitimately crazy too. So
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, he was like, if you pick a girl to be a model, he's like, just pick a model. Don't pick your cousin or your friend's sister or whatever the fuck, because she don't know what she's doing and she's not trying to do this. And don't pick a stripper, because the whole time she's gonna be bitching about how much more money she made a strip club right now and how much she's getting paid for each individual fucking thing she's doing. And I was like,
I meant to date. Would you date a
to
stripper? Or would
date,
you date?
well, I would still taking everything he said with all that knowledge. That still applies, and I'd say, yeah, IG model.
I disagree. I go stripper.
Stripper? Why? Why?
Cause she's gonna know the city, bro. She's gonna have all the
Oh, okay.
plugs. She's gonna know a lot more about what's going on. I can get more information out of her. And a lot of the strippers I've met in my life are actually pretty cool people. They usually got issues, but they usually actually pretty cool people. So
On that
all
same note, though,
I haven't had contact with a lot of IG models since I've been in a relationship as long as IG been around. But I would not go anywhere near an IG model. I know. I won't, because she is going to be. I shouldn't make blanket statements. She's probably not going to be the most honest person, because her DMs are just bags of dicks. I mean, everywhere. So
nowadays all these strippers though are on IG too doing the same shit.
yeah, but they do it like that's their livelihood. They're not just out here just here's my ass. Like they literally are working their body to make money. So I don't know, for some reason to me like that I have more respect for it. I'm not sure why,
I
but
think IG models might start becoming what strippers were in a lot of sense. And a lot of them are, because almost pretty much a lot of a lot of girls that are like I follow and follow me back and stuff that are models and stuff out here. A lot of them are strippers also.
oh, well, see, I'm telling. When I think of IG model, I don't think of. I guess they're just one and the same nowadays. Because I was thinking more
I
like
think
girls.
they can be one of the same. Like not all squares or rectangles or whatever, but you know.
I was thinking like IG models are girls that do like the fitness tee, or like the Brittany Renners who do a lot of the
Yeah,
workout
who
shit with
is
their
fine
asses
by
out,
the way.
huh?
Brittany Renner is fine by the way.
But
She
that's
is
what I'm talking. When I
sexy.
think of IG model, she's not a stripper. She's a fitness chick. That's
Right.
what I think of, like, because I follow like some fitness women, and I don't, like I told you earlier, I don't follow like a lot of chicks and stuff because that gets problematic. But I follow like parents and stuff, or moms and stuff like that who work
Yeah.
out, and there's a lot of them that like are on that borderline of they're starting to try to use just their ass and their body to get attention. And that's what I think of an IG model, like somebody who does that kind of stuff, but they're not actually in it like that. Like they're not actually in the game like that. They just want attention. So here's my ass one time. Here's a little cleavage one
But
time.
that's a legitimate way to make money nowadays. A lot of, like we were talking about, brand ambassadors, being an IG model. If you're a pretty girl, it's one of the smartest things you can do nowadays is start being on IG. You start making a little money selling fit tea or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the thing is, and for me personally, and I think your girl is like this. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't get to talk to her for that long. But I know my girl is. She likes to be more behind the scenes. Like she's not trying to be
Yeah, my girl's
all.
like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that personally. Like, I don't necessarily want somebody who's like, look at me. Like I don't need that shit. I've dated girls like that, and I get irritated
It
quick.
gets old.
Well, cause I remember I used to date this girl, and she was really top heavy, we'll say, right? And she would always have it. It was very visible to everybody. But then she would get mad when dudes would say stuff to her. And I'm like, all right, look, I understand, like, because of the size, they're not the easiest to hide, but you don't try.
Right. You
And
know,
so,
if you're a pretty
so
girl, they're trying to show off what they've got because they want to feel attractive and stuff too. But I mean, that comes with the territory.
it comes with a price. Like I don't know if you've ever seen like some of these documentaries on like ex porn stars,
Mm-hmm.
and when they do like events, like they may do like an AVN event, or they may do like a adult whatever event, and they're like, yeah, after you've been in porn for a while, you start to understand that like guys are, when you're around fans, they may grab your ass, they may touch your chest, they may like you
Damn,
understand it is what it is, and like I thought that was like kind of refreshing because it's like they get it, like
some real shit.
yeah, like it's gonna happen because it's what we do.
Men are
So
animals, man.
well, and that's the thing I try to explain to my ex. I'm like, yo, like you have to understand, like if a dude gets out of pocket and he grabs a titty or something, I'm gonna punch him in his throat. But like if he look and he says something, you got a nice, like yo, you gonna have to deal with it sometimes. You know what I mean? If you gonna have him out there, you gotta. It comes with the territory. So,
Right.
uh,
No,
but
I agree with that.
the game is all messed up. All of this stuff to me, I'm glad I'm not in the game, bro. I would fail. The game is all just.
You know what? I'll tell you this. If I talk to, like, I was telling my girlfriend's little brother this the other day, because he was all like, I don't like the social media and stuff, all that. I'm like, if you're a young man nowadays, and you want to meet girls, that's where you have to be, because that is where they're at, and that's where it's at. And the sooner you can get with it, the more success you will find. I'll just tell you that straight up. Which, like you said,
Yeah.
you're out of the game right now, but
Hey, if I had the access to this stuff when I was like in college and like at the end of high school, I would not only have diseases, but I'd have more children. There's no way. I mean, the accessibility to all of this stuff is just so easy now. I remember when I was coming up. Now I sound like the old dude on the corner, right? But when I was coming up, like Facebook just came out. Like when I was in college, like and so I didn't even know how to maximize that. I
I
like
didn't
I
either. It was a little bit older when I was in college. I'm like, man, I should have been more on there. You know what I mean?
but like IG wasn't even a thing yet. Like man, I'd be laughing. I'm like, I think God bless me, man, because if I'd have been around, if I'd have came up during this era, I'd be a wreck, dude.
I feel
I
you.
wouldn't do anything else. I would fight chicks all day long. I wouldn't do anything else.
No,
So
I think that's like right. Sometimes I think that right now, like, man, I wish I was on IG the way I am now, on anything, whatever the thing was at the time. A couple years ago, I was resistant to Snapchat when it was new, which that was a mistake when I was single. And
I bet. Yeah, that's
yeah,
all. Yeah, bro. I'm happy to be out the game, but that's wrapping up this week's 5:30 podcast. Or I guess this week's 6:30. We had a little additional spur of the moment topic, but as always, I love chopping it up with my boy Grip Get It. I'm your man Bo. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. 5 more topics to kill it. We out.
we out this bitch.